Hello, hi everyone. This is CA Rohit Chipper. I hope your studies are going well. We have our CA final and CA inter exams starting next week. So this video is going to be very useful for every CA aspirant, whether you are in final, inter or foundation, because we are going to cover some CA exam hacks that will help you to increase at least 30 to 40 marks in your exam. So before starting the video, let me give you a brief introduction about me. I am CA Rohit Chipper. I have cleared my CA exams 2 years ago, and during my CA journey from foundation to final, I have learned few things and hacks about CA exam that helped me to secure all India rank at all the levels. So those exam hacks, those learnings I will be sharing with you so that you can also clear your exams with good marks and with first attempt. So these are the things that we'll be covering in our video. So let's start the video, and we are going to make this video very to the point and crisp so that it will save your time in this exam days. So first thing that we have is the best five. So generally in the CA exams, you will receive six questions in your exam paper. Out of those six, first question will be mandatory and remaining five will be optional. Out of remaining five, you have to attempt only four questions from the optional ones. So what will happen if you attempt all the optional questions? In that case, you will receive the marks based on the best five answers that you have given in the optional. So let's understand this from an example here. So this is my SFM certified copy, which is from CA final. I have secured 91 marks out of 100. And how that was possible? Because I have attempted all the questions and the paper was easy. So paper was easy and I have time to attempt all the questions. I was able to secure this good marks. So this hack will not be useful in every exam because like accounts, financial reporting, taxes, indirect taxes, these paper are generally lengthy. So you don't even have time to complete the required numbers of question. So you can't attempt any additional question. But where the paper is not lengthy, paper is easy, you can apply this hack and you can solve all the questions so that the total of your paper will be based on the best answer that you have given. So the example of such paper can be SFM, which is now AFM in CA final, your audit paper in both inter and the CA final. So those papers are really not lengthy. And if you know the answers, you can attempt all the questions and then your total will be based on your best answers. Now let's understand this, how much benefits I got. So I got 6 marks benefit from this ICI scheme, that you will get the answer based on the best 5 answers. Now let me quickly show you the summary of the marks that I received. So in the end of the certified copy, we always have the summary. So here in you see question number 1 was compulsory, where I scored the 19 marks out of 20. And from question number 2 to 6, which is the optional questions, I scored 72 marks out of 80. So if you total the marks that has been awarded by examiner, in question 1 I got 19, question 2 19, question 3 18, question 4 again 19, question 5 16, and question 6 12. So if you total this marks, then you will see the total I am getting is 103 marks, but the marks here given is the 91 marks. So how this 91 is calculated is that marks of compulsory question has been added to my total marks. Then in the optional question number 2 to 6, wherever I have given the best answers, wherever I have given the highest marks has been used in the total. So the total has been used is for the question number 2, which is 19, question 3 18, question 4 19 marks, question 5 16 marks, and question 6 12 marks. Since I scored the lowest in question number 6, the question number 6 marks has not been included. Only the best 5 answers have been included in my exam. So due to this, I got an advantage of 6 marks because the sequence I have attempted the question. So some students will say that ICI gives the marks based on the first 5 questions. So if you see my certified copy, I will provide the link of this copy in the description box so you can also verify. The sequence that I have attempted the question is, I have first attempted question number 2, then I attempted question 6, question 5, question 4. I was initially planning to leave this question as an option, which is the question number 3. So I attempted this in the end, and I have attempted the question number 1 as the second last question. So if you see this copy, if I go to the last question I attempted is question number 3C. If ICI is following the first 5 pattern, then it will not include the answer 3C, which has been attempted in the end. So ICI is following the best 5 approach, where you will get the marks based on the best answer that you will give in the exam. And if you have time, then you can follow this approach. So same way for other exams also you can follow, and you can score good marks in them. Now let's move to the next strategy. And before moving to next strategy, there is also a video available on ICI BOS YouTube channel, where the BOS faculty has told that if the student attempts all the optional questions, then the answer is given based on the best 5. So I will try to provide that video link in the description box, so you can also verify that video. Next hack that we have is the alternative answer. So this is very important hack that I have also applied in multiple papers. So what this hack mean is, if in exam you have some confusion in any question, let's say you have some confusion in calculating the days between two dates, then what you can do is you can give the alternative answer, and if any one of the answer is correct, then you will get the full marks. So let's see this from an example. This is my costing certified copy where I scored 71 marks, and here in lots of question I have given the alternative. Let me show you one example on page number 25. So this is the example where I have attempted the question number 3b. So here if you see, I have question has asked to calculate the residual income. Now while calculating the residual income, I have some doubt that what should be the capital charge, because whether I should include all the investment in plant and machinery, whether I should reduce the depreciation or not. So there is some confusion going on in my mind. What I have done is, first I have calculated my answer by including everything, which is 44,50,000. Then I have given an or, and I have again calculated the answer. The only change is that capital charge is different this time, so my final answer is also different. So this was my second alternative. Then again I have one more doubt. So what I did, I again calculated the answer and given the alternative or 44, 61, 250. So I have given the answer three times of the same question. And now if I will show you the suggested answer, so in the suggested answer, institute given the answer is 44,61,250. So this was my last answer that I have given. In case I haven't given the alternative, I have given only the first one, then I will not receive the full marks in this question. Because I have given alternative and one of the alternative was correct, I got the full marks in my question. So you can also follow this approach whenever you feel that there is some confusion and you can think of alternative answers. Do give the alternative answers, and if any one of is correct, then you will get the full marks. Now let's move to the third part, is grace marks. So this is not more like a hack. This is just an FYI. So generally in the difficult paper, student gets panicked and they leave the paper without attempting or without writing anything. In that case, if the paper comes difficult, never panic in the exam, because ICI give grace marks. Okay, so let me show you this how much grace marks ICI gives. So this is my exam copy, and this is the summary of the marks that I have received. So in my attempt, I have received bonus of 13 marks, and it is not that I only received, I was a ranker. Every student who has appeared in the exam has received the bonus of 13 marks in their exam. So why ICI give the bonus? So whenever any paper is difficult, they give the bonus to maintain the result. So ICI never ever reduce the marks. They always give bonus marks to the students so that they can clear their group or clear their paper. So if I give you the example of my exams, in our exams, the paper audit was very difficult. Only 5 to 10 marks questions were repeated. Rest of the questions were very new. So in that case, what happened? I have secured only 19 marks out of 70 because I got panicked in the exam. But still, I remember that ICI gives the bonus. So I attempted each and every question, whether I know the answer or not. I have given the answers in the MCQ, which is of 30 marks. I secured 20 marks, and total is 20 plus 19 is 39. And for passing the paper, we need 40 marks. So the total is not even the passing marks, but ICI has given the 5 marks bonus, and I received the marks as 44. So even in my the CA final mark sheet, you can see I got 44 marks in the audit paper. But if I show you the certified copy, in certified copy it is 19 plus 20, which is 39 marks only. So if the paper comes difficult, never panic in the exam. Do whatever you understand, write all the answers, attempt all the MCQ, and give your best, and ICI will handle the rest. Okay. One more important thing is, I have seen institute giving 11 marks bonus in one single paper. So if paper is really difficult, then it is difficult for each and every student, and in that case every student will receive the grace marks to clear that particular paper. So do attempt that paper very wisely and never panic in the exam. Move to the next tag is the paper strategy. So as per new exam pattern, both inter and final paper will have 30% MCQ and 70% descriptive. Now, what should be your strategy to attempt such paper? In the reading time of 15 minutes, you will not receive your MCQ paper. You will only have your descriptive paper. You will have to read that descriptive paper in 15 minutes. Then start with your best three descriptive answers, which you are confident. Always start with the question which you are the most confident, because it will give you the confidence that you have attempted it correctly. Plus it will give a good impression on the examiner that in the first question you have scored good marks. Similarly, once you've done the three descriptive questions, that is the most confident one, then move to the MCQ. And in the MCQ, attempt all the MCQs, because there is no negative marking. Plus, you don't have to go give any reason for the answer you have selected. You just have to fill the options in the OMR sheet and you will get the marks. The timing should be that first descriptive you should have to complete in first 1.5 hours, so 30 minutes for each question. Next 30 to 40 minutes for your MCQ, and for the remaining last two question, invest 30 to 40 minutes, the remaining 40 to 50 minutes, because these two descriptive questions are those questions for which you are not prepared or for which you are not confident. So attempt them in the end, and whatever time you have, try to give the best in the last two remaining question as well. Now let's move to the fifth, which is the reading time. So your paper will be of 3 hours plus 15 minutes of reading time. You should effectively and efficiently utilize this reading time. What exactly you have to do is, since you will not have your MCQ paper, you will only have your descriptive paper. You have to utilize your reading time to identify which will be the question that you want to leave in the option, because you will have some optional questions and you have to leave one question in option. And this is really important, because if you have selected a wrong question while attempting the question answers, then it will impact your entire paper and it may impact your entire CA result as well. So very important which question you want to leave. So in reading time, always read the optional questions only and never read the compulsory question, because compulsory question you anyway have to attend, and in those 15 minutes you can't solve any question. You just have to read, you have to think whether you know the answer or you don't know the answer. If you don't know the answer, press a cross, mark a cross and move to the next question. Reading time should be utilized only and only to identify which question to leave, and try to leave always the new questions which have been asked, or ambiguous questions which have multiple answer, or the confusing questions. So these types of question you can try to leave. Next is the mandatory question. So the question number one is always the mandatory. So don't ever read it in the reading time. Always read it in the writing time that you will have, and attempt it in the end. First attempt all the optional questions, then attempt the descriptive question number one in the end, because generally this is a big question of maybe 14 marks, 10 marks or 8 marks, and never you should attempt the big questions in the first. You should always attempt big questions in the end. Same strategy you can follow. Attempt question number one in the end, and when you have to read the question, always read the question from reverse order. Like from question number 6 you have to read first, then 5, 4, 3, 2 and then 1, because generally I have seen the pattern that question number 6 is a simple question which have multiple subparts, and then question 5 is a simpler question. Number 2 is generally little difficult and a big question. So I will always advise to read in reverse order, because if you read simple question first, then it will gives you a confidence, and in case you have read the first question and which is very hard, then you will start losing confidence and start panicking. So read in reverse order from question number 6 to question number 2. Next thing is sequence, how you should attempt the answers. Once you have identified that these are the questions I have to attempt, then the question should be that you have to attempt the small questions first. So the question which have multiple subpart, you have to attempt it first. Then in the end, you have to attempt the big questions. Because if you start solving small question, you will get confidence and it will build a momentum for you, that you will not make any silly mistakes. And in case you started with a big question, then high chances that you will make a silly mistake, and that will corrupt the entire answer, and you will also start panicking in the exam for other question as well, and there also you will start making mistakes. So start with small questions and then move to the big question. If I show you an example, so this is my financial reporting certified copy from CA final, and here also if I show you the maximum marks I have got in the optional one is the question number 6, which have the 4 subpart. So I also attempted it in the first because it has four subparts. It is very easy and I can quickly complete all the subparts. So here I got 18 marks. Then in the question 5, which have three parts, I secured 16. Question 4, which have two parts only, I secured 16.5. Similarly, you can see question number 3 and question number 1. So always advisable, start with small question, then move to the big. Now let's move to the presentation part, how you should have to present your answer. First thing is that give proper space in your answer sheet. So if I show you my answer sheet here, I have given proper space everywhere. So here you see I have leave one line everywhere. The purpose is to leaving the line is first the examiner should able to read it clearly. There is no confusion. And if I have to make any changes, I can just do a simple cut and write the correct answer here. If I have the proper space here, I can write the answers just nearby. In case I haven't given the proper space, what I would have to done is I would have to cut the entire page and have to do the answer. So give proper space. If you have to make changes, you can easily make the changes as well. Next thing is write answer as per ICI format. So always try to answer the question in the same format which is there in your study material or in suggested answer. Because the examiner who is checking your copy, he is matching your copy with the suggested answer which has been given to him. If the format is same, it would be easy for him to match each and every step and you will get the full marks for each step. But if you have followed your own pattern of answering, then there may be difficulty by examiner to identify each step and he may miss some of the step and you will not receive the full marks. So always and always follow the ICI format if it is possible. If it is a new question, then no one can answer as per ICI format because no one knows the format. Next is circle the important calculations and the answers. So whenever you do any important calculation, make a circle or highlight it so that the examiner will able to find it and give you the full marks. Like here I have calculated the beta and I have circled the calculation. Similarly, examiner has added a checkbox here and given me the marks. So do the circles wherever you do the important calculation. It will be easy for examiner to find the exact answer and give you the marks. Next is don't cut any answer until you have solved it again. So let's say while doing any question, I have made a mistake. Then if I have to reattempt the entire question, I will not just cancel this question. I will first attempt the question and if it is completed, then only I will come and cancel this. Because let's say I have cancelled this first, but I haven't got time to reattempt it. In that case, I will lose the marks that I may have received in this wrong question as well. So don't cut answer until you have solved it again. Always start new question from new page. So this is the most basic thing, that new question you have to write in the center and new question from new page. Like this answer 2a I have started here and it got completed some ways here the final beta, and I have this space left. I could have start answer 2b here, but don't do this mistake. Always start new question from new page, so there is no chance that examiner will miss any question that you have attempted. Next thing is no marks for writing style. So until now you may have seen how I write the answers. So it is clearly visible that there is no marks for writing style. Only marks is for the calculations and the numbers you have done. Make sure it is clearly visible and readable for the examiner to give you the marks. And if it is not visible, then examiner may not able to give you the marks because he will not able to understand. So writing is no marks for writing, but marks for the content and marks for the calculation that you have done. Next thing is don't make lines, table, etc. and use single pen. Okay, so if you see my copy as well, I have never made any lines from scale. Even I haven't taken the scale with me in the examination center. Just if this table I have created, no pencil, no pen I have used. I have just written the words in a table format, no scales and lines I have drawn. This saves lots of time and that's why I was able to secure all the questions because I haven't given any time in doing all this decorations. So this was our final presentation hack. Now, if you have any questions related to CA exams or if you have any query, you can ask in the comment box, and all the best for your exams.